Barcelona are really leaders over in Spain as Real Madrid drop points. That's right. What's going to go on in the next round of games? We're going to take a look at that. More next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video today. It's all about match number 27, that's right, in Spain, and we'll get to it in a second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button, you want subscribe for La Liga, Baba Rovers, World Football. We're going to all hear under one Ruski. That's right, Real Madrid dropping points, open up a 3-point gap between themselves and, of course, Barcelona, who are top. And sandwiched in between those guys is Atlético, who did their end of the deal. That's right, keeping up the heat with Barcelona. We'll showcase you what we're talking about in a second. Big shout out to the members. Big shout out to the patrons. You know who you are. So what we're going to do now, though, is revisit those last round of games. And, of course, kicking it all off right here, right now. Alrighty then, folks, here we go. Looking back at those last round of games, and these were those coming on to. There we go. That's right, Valladolid picking up a cheeky draw, 1-1 with Las Palmas. They got them on spot on the nose. Girona did only get a draw against Celta Vigo, 2-2 on with a 2-1 win. Rayo Vallecano also with the 1-1 draw against Sevilla, one with an away win. There it is. Real Betis, massive 2-1 win up against Real Madrid. I did go for the 2-2 draw. Atletico, though, did beat Bilbao 1-0, got the one spot on the nose. Leganés, massive win for them over Getafe. I went the other way. Barcelona beat my boys 4-0 on with a 3-0 win. Mallorca with a draw against Alavés, and Osasuna and Valencia with a draw. Now, as of recording, Villarreal and Espanyol yet to take place. That will, of course, take place tonight. I'm recording this early doors. I'm on the road pretty much early door Monday. So, yeah, those are not reflected in this, which is the table. And because of that, I'm not going to showcase you the Super Brew. We'll come back to that later. Just keep doing your thing, guys, on the Super Brew. But as it is, nothing to change the top of the table from this week, from that last game anyway. So Barcelona are top of the table, 57 points. Atletico are in second, and Real Madrid are in third. All three of those guys are still in Champions League action. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're going to have a busy week this week. Going down is Valladolid, Alavés, and still Valencia. Keep doing your thing, guys, using the link on the Super Brew. We'll showcase you those either next weekend or the weekend after. Again, next weekend's also a little bit tricky, but we'll see when we get back into the thick of things. And these are the next round of games, and they all kick off this coming Saturday. That's right, no Friday night game. Celta Vigo against Leganés is our first, so let's jump in the deep end with that one. And talk about it. Come out to Estadio Baladeos, Celta Vigo and Claudio Geraldes. They are 10th for the table, 33 points for the season, just one defeat in the last 6. Up against Leganés on 25% form, just one win in the last 6. That one win was the last one, and they're sitting in 16th right now. Now, these two clubs have played 9 times since 2016. 3 wins for Celta Vigo, 4 wins for Leganés. There's been 2 draws between the two sides. Last time at this venue, it was a 1-0 win. Celta Vigo back on February 2020. The reverse fixture, a 3-0 win for Leganés way back in October. Leganés on that important 1-0 win over Getafe. Celta Vigo with that draw against Girona. The bookies' odds on this one, just going to give you an indication here. They are with Celta Vigo. They are massively fancied on this one. Leganés underdogs, and rightly so. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win Celta Vigo. They're playing good football right now. And of course, Leganés with that big win last one. It was important, but I don't see making it back-to-back. Meanwhile, Alavés, they're going to be taking on Villarreal, also on Saturday, coming up to the Estadio de Mendoza. Alavés under Eduardo Coudet with that win in the last 6 matches here. 25% form. They, of course, coming at you in 19th right now, 23rd in the table. Up against Villarreal under Marcelino, and they are 5th, and they're unbeaten in at least the last 6. They played each other 29 times since 1996. 14 wins, Alavés, 12 wins, Villarreal. There's been 3 draws between the two sides. Villarreal, though, picked up the 3-0 win on the reverse fixture way back in November. However, the last time they played at this venue, it was a 1-1 draw. In fact, the last 3 at Alavés, the hosts have been unbeaten, picking up a couple of wins and a draw to boot. Alavés on the back of a draw with that Mallorca most recently. And of course, that was actually, when was that? That was actually last week, on the weekend. Villarreal, though, with that 1-0 win over Vallecano most recently. They are taking on Espanyol tonight. The odds for this one is tight, but Villarreal just about edge it. It could be going either way. I'm just about edging it as well with a 1-0 win for Villarreal. Meanwhile, Valencia up against Valladolid in the Battle of the V's. Both sides still in a bit of trouble down the bottom. This one's at the Mestalla. Carlos Cobahan's boys are 18th for the table, 24 points for the season. Just one win, though, in the last 5 for Valencia. Up against Valladolid under Alvaro Romero, who are rock bottom 20th with 16 points. They played 41 times since 1994. 18 wins for Valencia, 11 wins for Valladolid. There's been 12 draws between the two sides. Valladolid yet to get a win in the last 7. And last time they played at the Mestalla was a 2-1 win for Valencia back in April 2023. The reverse fixture, a 1-0 win for Valladolid. In fact, the last 2 has been wins for Valladolid at their venue. But Valencia is a good stomping ground for the Mestalla is a good stomping ground for Valencia. They've won 3 on the spin against Valladolid in this fixture. Valladolid on the back of that 1-1 draw. Valencia on the back of that 3-3 draw against Osasuna. The odds right here right now, Valencia massively fancied. Valladolid not so much. I'm going with a 2-0 win. Valencia to take it to the mixer. We've got Barcelona, we've got Osasuna coming at Estadi Olympic Luis Company's. Hansi Flick's boys are tipping the top of the table, 57 points for the season. They've won 5 of the last 6. They're on 92% form. Up against Osasuna, who are still in 11th right now, but they're winless in the last 5. However, of that last 5, there are 3 of the last 4 have ended up draws, and they played Barcelona 46 times since 1993. 29 wins Barcelona, 7 wins Osasuna, 10 draws between the two sides. Last time around over at Barcelona was a 1-0 win way back in January 2024. The reverse fixture, a 4-2 win in Osasuna for Osasuna back in September. Osasuna on the back of that 3-3 thriller against Valencia. Barcelona putting 4 past Sociedad. They've put 4 scored 4 in the last 2 games. Once against Atlético and once against Real Sociedad. Barcelona massively fancied, of course, the Osasuna. You wouldn't even go there, would you? I'm going with a 3-0 win. Barcelona taking it to the house. Getafe up against Atlético Madrid. That's coming at you. The Coliseum Alfonso Perez this coming Sunday, the 9th of March. Pepe Bordalas is the coach for Getafe. Back-to-back defeats for them, 14th for the table. Up against Atlético under Diego Simeone, who are 2nd. 56 points for the season. They've unbeaten in at least the last 6, probably more than that. And they played at Getafe 46 times since 2001. There's been 31 wins for Atlético. There's been 4 wins. Getafe has just been 11 draws between the two sides. Last time around, competitive match at this venue is a 3-0 win for Atlético back in May 2024. The reverse fixture, a 1-0 win for Atlético back in December. They've also played in the Copa del Rey quarterfinals this season. It was a 5-0 win for Atlético. So if we look back at those last 3, it's been 3 wins on the spin for Atlético, and they haven't conceded a goal against them, scoring 9 goals in those last 3, so averaging 3-0. Have I got a 3-0 here? We'll see in a second. Atletico on the back of that 1-0 win over Bilbao. Getafe on the back of that 1-0 loss to Leganés. Bookies will go with Madrid. Of course they will. Yes, they do. And going with a 2-0 win. Wow. Meanwhile, the other side of Madrid is Real, and they're taking on Vallecano, also coming at you on Sunday, the 9th of March. Santiago Bernabéu is the venue. Carlo Ancelotti sitting in 3rd in the table right now, 54 points for the season on the back of a defeat. They're rocking 75% form, and they're taking on Vallecano under Igno Perez, who are 7th right now, but they're winless in the last 3. They played each other 33 times since 1993. 25 wins for Real Madrid, 4 wins for Vallecano. There's been 4 draws between the two sides. Last time around over at Madrid, it was a 0-0 draw back in November 2023. The reverse fixture, also a 3-3 draw. In fact, the last 3 have ended up all square, both home and away. And Vallecano, if you look at it one way, Vallecano have only lost once in the last 4, but the same can be said for Real Madrid. 1 loss in the last 4 in this fixture. Madrid on the back of that 2-1 loss to Real Betis. Vallecano on the back of that 1-1 draw against Sevilla. The odds on this one, Real Madrid are hotly tipped. I'm expecting them to win. 3-1 winners on the night for me. Bilbao taking on Mallorca, coming at you at the San Mams. Bilbao and Ernesto Valverde are 4th, 48 points for the season on the back of a defeat. They're on rocking 67% form for them right now, winning 3, drawing 2 and losing the 1. Over Mallorca, who are in 8th right now, unbeaten in the last 4, but 3 of that last 4 have been draws. They played Bilbao 46 times since 1997, 20 wins for Bilbao, 14 wins Mallorca. There's been 12 draws between the two sides. Last time around at Bilbao in this in the league, it was a 4-0 win for Bilbao back in February 2024. The reverse fixture, a 0-0 draw in Mallorca. In fact, the last 3 at Mallorca in this fixture have ended up all square. Speaking of all square, Mallorca on the back of successive draws, and the 3 of that last 4. Bilbao on the back of a 1-0 win. Sorry, a 1-0 loss to Atletico most recently. The odds on this one then, Bilbao should be fancy for this one at the San Mams. I'm going there with a 2-0 win as well. Let's kick on forward to Real Betis on a bit of form right now up against Las Palmas. Coming to their Benito Villamaran. Betis under Manuel Pellegrini have won 4 of the last 5. They sit 6 right now, 38 points for the season. Up against Las Palmas, who are all the way down to 17th and they're without a win in the last 9. They played 21 times, these two clubs, since 2001. 11 wins for Real Betis, 3 wins for Las Palmas, 7 draws between the two sides. Speaking of draws, there's been back-to-back draws, but both of those games were at Gran Canaria, and they, of course, were in last year. However, the last time they played at this venue, it was a 1-0 win for Real Betis. In fact, the last 2 competitive games at this venue have ended up with the same scoreline, and that was 1-0 winners. Real Betis on the back of that 2-1 win over Real Madrid. Las Palmas on the back of that 1-1 draw against Valladolid. Bookies will go with Betis. I'm going with them as well because they're on a good hot taker form right now. 2-0 winners. And the 3 points are staying in the green and white. Meanwhile, Real Sociedad, my boys, up against a bit of a difficult one, Sevilla. Sociedad, all the way down to 9th right now, 34 points for the season. They're on 50% form, that's winning 3 and losing 3 over the last 6. Up against Sevilla under Garcia Pimenta, they are 12th with 33 points. They've just lost 1 to the last 6, however, drawn 4 of that last 6. They played Sociedad 51 times since 1994. 18 wins Sociedad, 20 wins for Sevilla. There's been 13 draws between the two sides. Last time around at the Real Arena, it was a 2-1 win for Real Sociedad. Real Sociedad winning 4 of the last 5. The last time I played, earlier in the season, was a 2-0 win for Sociedad at Sevilla. Sevilla on the back of that 4-0 loss to Barcelona. Sevilla on the back of that 1-1 draw against Vallecano. Sociedad on the back of that loss to Barcelona. But it's back-to-back defeats, back-to-back games without a goal. But both of those games were the heavyweights. The odds for this one, Sociedad are favoured for the victory. Sevilla, the underdogs. I'm going to back my boys to at least get a point here, 1-1 in the end. And then finally, we've got a Monday night. It is Espanyol. It is Girona coming at you over at the RCD Arena. Espanyol. Manuel Gonzalez is the coach right there. Just 1 defeat in the last 6. They're 15th in the table, 27 points for the season. Up against Girona, 1 win in the last 6. They're on 25% form, sitting in 13th in the table with 32 points. Now, they played 13 times since 2013. 8 wins for Girona, 3 wins for Espanyol. There's been 2 draws between the two sides. Last time around, over in Espanyol, competitively, it was back in January 2023. It was a 2-2 draw, of course. And the reverse fixture this campaign in Girona, it was a 4-1 win way back in November. Girona on the back of that 2-2 draw against Celta Vigo. Espanyol with a win against Alavés most recently. The odds right here right now. It's quite tight, but the Gironans are favoured for the victory. I'm going with a 1-0 upset win here for Espanyol. And if I'm right, this is what the table will look like at the end of this match. Now, of course, there is one game happening on this Monday, which may affect the middle of the table there somewhere. But that's what I've got. Make sure you get yours in as well. I look forward to seeing what you've got more. But until then, subscribe, smash the like, catch you later. Until then, we're done.